Hey guys, so as I talked about in a previous video, I've started getting into Warhammer 40k. Well, I don't know if you could still say I'm starting it, but I'm still relatively new. I mean, so far I've only painted a few Ultramarines and 3 Khorne Berserkers. The progress in my skills, however little it may be, has made me very happy. Sadly though, in the few weeks I've been back to college, I've not been able to make any progress on any of my minis, except I guess for gluing one of my Berserker's bunny ears back off after like snapped and shipping. It seems that when people were telling me that engineering is time consuming, they weren't joking. It's a lot. But I mean, I can't blame it all on that. It's also partially because I try to maintain some semblance of a social life and every once in a while make a YouTube video. Although I do currently plan on picking up some new Space Marines so I can paint them as Imperial Fists, even though I heard that yellow is a very difficult color. Struggle can be fun sometimes. But all that's not what I'm here to talk to y'all about. You see, getting into something new like this can be very fun and very enjoyable, but it also has the possibility of really sucking depending on what kind of people are into it. And I wanted to talk about what my experience has been like as a newbie in the hobby. Let's get into it. But first, I want to be able to afford more minis, so I gotta shout out STARFORGE Systems. STARFORGE has a great selection of pre-built PCs that can suit your needs, whether they be professional or personal. They're great for content creation too. They also have some great merchandise from franchises that you love. Make sure to go check them out through the link in the description, starforgesystems.com/Steege. That's starforgesystems.com/Steege. Alright, back to the video. Also, yeah, I know my voice is really bad right now. I'm sick, just ignore it. Getting into something new can be very daunting. Let me tell you, I had no clue what I was doing when I first walked into my local games workshop. I'm like really introverted and socially awkward, so going anywhere new where I don't know what to expect makes me pretty anxious. I probably could have just shopped online, but I wanted to go in person to just get over my nerves, you know? It's something I've been working on recently. So yeah, I went in, and to be honest, yeah, it was a lot better than I thought it would be. There were people playing the game and they actually seemed pretty normal. I was expecting like the greasiest of the greasiest people, but just seemed like regular guys having a good time. I mean, there were definitely some pretty gross people in the community, but that had a pretty good impact on how I viewed the hobby when I started. There's also a guy just like chilling, building models and chatting with the guy working, and you know, it was a cool vibe, honestly. The guy that was working was also really helpful in helping me find out what I needed and everything, which I know it's his job, but a lot of people are a-holes nowadays, so it's cool. In the end, I left happy and hopeful with my starter pack, ready to paint some blue boys. Now though, I've moved back to college, and there's no games workshop or any other game store within hours of me. The only game store I could find, I looked at their website and they don't even have Warhammer. They just have like Pokemon and Catan. That is one of the downsides of going to a school in the middle of nowhere in the South. Even if I wanted to get a full army and actually play the game, I'm not able to now. The only time I'll be able to is when I move back home in a few months. Yay! Along with that, I don't have any IRL friends who play it or would want to learn, so that's kinda a hurdle. Okay, aside from the in-person stuff, I want to talk about the online community. As with anything like this, the people are a mixed bag. My first reaction is, oh gosh, it's horrible. I mean, I'm joking, but it kinda is. The Warhammer community has a lot of great people. There's so many people just passionate about the hobby and the lore and everything else around it. They're genuinely just there to talk about their interests and have fun, and maybe share a few models. And then there are the people who are passionate about it, but in an evil, messed up kind of way. The people who generally make it almost unbearable to share the same space with them. You see, Warhammer 40k isn't something that's supposed to be taken completely seriously in my mind. Don't get me wrong, giant dudes wearing heavy armor and wielding chainsaw swords is rad as hell, but also funny as hell. Especially remember they're just like little plastic guys. There's some awesome and deep lore in this universe, but there's also stuff that's stupid and funny. You just kinda gotta accept that. Some people just take 40k way too seriously. I mean, the whole thing's kind of like a weird satire, but they don't seem to understand that. Along with that, these people usually believe the Imperium is the good guys. Like, you do know that slavery and genocide are bad, right? Right? I mean, every other faction is evil too, but that doesn't mean humanity is any less evil. You can think that Space Marines are cool and play Space Marine 2 and think Titus is a good protagonist, but that doesn't mean you can just excuse the evil things they do. Space Marines are my favorite faction. That doesn't mean that they're good. That's one of the reasons I also kind of like Chaos a little bit. It's because like no one's arguing that they're good. Like you're playing like with Space Marines and people are like arguing like, no, they're good guys, they're not. And then Chaos are like, no, we're evil and we're just gonna have fun. And I think that's cool. The amount of times I see jokes in like comment sections of art or anything else calling it heresy is insane. I know that these are 95% just jokes, but it's really overdone. That brings me to my next point. The Warhammer community is terribly unfunny. I don't know how you guys manage to be this annoying with your jokes. It's just the same things over and over and over again. I feel like I'm losing my mind. You see, I'm a big fan of Metal Gear Solid, and you know, that community has the same problem as well. But in the Warhammer community, it's so much worse. I swear, every time I see the copy and paste joke about Yvrain and Gilliman, or Krieg shovels, or heresy, of course, I want to pull my hair out. I don't understand how people have found a way to joke that just infuriates me so much. If you want to accept the unfunniness, that's fine. Just know it's really unfunny. You can keep going. I can't control you. Do whatever makes you happy. But just accept it, you know? And I just want to say, I don't see myself as very funny. I repeat the same jokes over and over and over again too. Maybe that's why this annoys me so much. I'm just like realizing that this is the way other people see me. Either way, please find some new jokes. Also, I am not a lore junkie at all. I have read 0 Black Library books. That's mainly because I have to read for school and I don't have time for pleasure reading. But I swear, I'll get into it soon. This is just a random thing I wanted to say. If I have to see another short or reel about how like the Tau discovered a 6,000-year-old dreadnought or like a Emperor Titan or whatever, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can't do it. I can't stand the YouTube short style of lore content or whatever. I mean, I am just doing it to myself. I don't have to watch it. So it's kind of like self-inflicted, but I don't care. I know I've spent way too much time talking about what I don't like. I don't want to be too negative this video. Don't get me wrong, I love the Warhammer community. There are so many people that are just so encouraging and entertaining. Yeah, there are some bad apples, but those are very much overshadowed by the good things the community has to offer. For the most part, the hobby is very open to newcomers, aside from the pricing, that is. As a beginner, I haven't experienced any negativity towards me, only support. I mean, just looking at the comment section for the last video I talked about Warhammer, there were only people supporting me and encouraging me to dive deeper into the hobby. A very common thing I see in a lot of communities is gatekeeping. During my time in the Warhammer community, I haven't seen any of it towards me. I mean, I'm sure there are some gatekeeping in different parts of the community, but I haven't seen it, so I'll stay ignorant or whatever. I've been happy to just not go through it myself. And I just want to say thank you to the people that have been supportive. It's really helped me as I've worked on my models. Any recommendations for what I should paint or put together, or pointing me towards any Warhammer creators, that would be awesome. I personally can't wait to paint some Imperial Fists. I know they're kind of basic or whatever, but they're charming to me. I love that beautiful school bus yellow. They're just kind of goofy, but also like cool in a way that really speaks to me. Also, Terminators are the coolest thing ever. I mean, the ones in 40K and 30K are both sick. You're not gonna convince me otherwise. If you don't agree, leave. I just gotta wait until I like have time to paint, because right now I'm all over the place. Probably could have done it instead of making this video. But hey, I'm still having fun. Well, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, share. Anything you do really help me as a small creator. Also, I think there's like a new hype feature or whatever, where you can give videos hype points. I'm not completely sure what it does, but if you can, do it to this video, I guess. But on that note, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.